AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Raspberry beret. Am I not supposed to be in a good mood, old boy? It's 80 degrees outside, bro. He said no. Jesus Christ. Oh boy, how you feeling, man? What's going on with you? Look, you know what? I know how to lighten the mood for
Beautiful,
old boy.
lovely, the extravagant, sexy, exquisite, the elegant, the OG. Darlene Bryan is in the building. Darlene Bryan, what up, baby? The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, exquisite, the elegant. Wonder Woman is in the building. Sean, right now, what up, baby? Just Knicks, I see you. Die Pistons, love it.
Die Pistons is crazy. I didn't realize that was your name. I'm sorry. I was trying to read it. It looked like hieroglyphics for a second. Thank you, all boy. It's the glasses. It's the glasses. By the way, Wonder Woman. Annual body. You know I behave, all boy, but
you asked me.
No, you can't. Remember, what? I gotta filter that. First thought. We talking about role play.
Hold
on. Don't be walking up in here dressed as Wonder Woman. Don't you?
I'm not even OE2K. I'm not even, because that right there just jogged. I won't even know what to say anymore. Your German Knicks fans is here too. Big shout out Germany. Oh man, Mo, the beautiful, the lovely, extravagant, the sexy, exquisite. Mo is in the building. Mo, what up? Big baby, what up? HB Link. Fabian, you asked me. Oh,
West Coast in the house.
Lovely, extravagant, sexy, exquisite, elegant. Rhonda Flores is in the building. You asked me how I'm feeling today. It's 80 degrees outside. I don't care about none of that. I watched the Pistons fight last night. Send it into overtime. I watched Boston, even though they lost last night, kick Charlotte's ass without Jaylen Brown. And we can't even be competitive. That's how I feel today, Fabian.
We were competitive.
Okay, if you say
so. Now, okay.
Not down to the wire.
I'm telling half a story. Not down to the wire, and not during the game when you take out Cat in the fourth quarter. Cat, to be honest, wasn't always competitive either. Jalen Brunson, out of his mind.
Bro, last night for Detroit.
Kyle Bridges, not competitive.
Right, last night, that's a mental victory. That wasn't a loss. It's not a loss. Look what it took. Come on, bro. So I don't care about how great the weather is. I'm in here soaking like a baby. Yes. We watch everybody be competitive, fight, coach well, dogs on the court, give up everything. And when it comes to us, jack shit. That's how suckers.
It's the weather, man. I didn't even understand what seasonal depression was until you go from winter to summer overnight. I think we were all depressed. This is crazy. Except oh boy, he's still stuck in winter. Winter's coming. Oh boy. Let's stay right there though. I like that you brought up the Detroit Pistons. What could we talk about, man? Just how they competed down to the wire. I mean, we were all we stayed up for it. Kevin Huerter, anytime he's hitting 3-point shots, their best player, all their best players were out besides Asur Thompson. So no Jalen Duren, no Cade Cunningham, obviously,
No
no
Stewart.
Isaiah Stewart, and they're just the spirit. I can't front. And I keep saying it. That shit reminds me of 2 years ago. We had the sauce. You just compete. JB Bickerstaff, what kind of an offense does he really run? All they're doing is switching and driving and getting the ball to the open man. What's his name? Dennis Jenkins. How you say it? Dennis Jenkins? Huh? 15 points for him last night. 21 for Paul Reed. Paul Reed's another guy who I actually like, man. Oh, now we know that this is from Germany,
Yeah,
right?
remember, he always show love. Yes.
Oh, we 2K. He got the Knicks hat out there. Some Knicks love.
Remember,
Appreciate it, man.
he popped up here a couple Knicks rehabs ago. Big shout out Germany in the building. Come on, man. Gotta show love. That's insane. Like him to be tuning in and showing love from way out there. Thank you.
Bronx Reefer back. Reefer Brock. Great catch. He said, wait, if Brunson is drumline, Todd Bridges' theme song says, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum.
Mikal Bridges has several songs. His favorite song is KRS-One, The Bridge is Over.
Penis Jenkins is crazy. But the Pistons were competing. Obviously, OKC were without a bunch of players. SGA, 47 points. He went bananas. 25 free throws, of course. But they didn't count his shot that could have won the game at the end of regulation.
Great call. Great call.
Yeah.
Love the refs to have the cojones to make that call.
And
great call.
You know why else? It kept the drama.
Shit, he get away with is insane, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. That, so you have the build up to that. Because if we would have watched that replay and then went to Twitter and they won the game like that, everybody would have been like, nah, you can't win like that. But the fact that it got extended to overtime, the Pistons had to try to pull it out there. The referees understood, no, this is going to be a competition tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And it was a hell of a game, AllBall. Anybody else you were impressed with?
Hold on. Hey, Mo. I didn't see your SGA comment. Please repeat it or say it again. No, I'm not. Do you have something you want to show us, or we're just going to discuss as Knicks fans how impressed we are, with the Pistons? Because I did send you a clip that I would love for you to put up
about
Pistons.
Oh, my bad.
Come on, man, you slipping, bro.
Do you have anything you want to show us? I didn't even see it. Would you like to disclose? Baby, come on. Now the world to the beat of just one drum. Come on, baby, Baba. I don't know how people can deny how great of a team the Pistons are. It's not Cade and a bunch of okay role players. They're a genuinely elite team, even without Cade. That's from Claw World. I guess he is a Kawhi Leonard fan. Is that where we at with it? This ain't just okay running around a superstar. This is a spirit that they've all embodied, AllBall.
I mean, as a diehard Knicks fan, you have to be a little jealous. If you're not a little jealous of the type of basketball Detroit has been playing all season, then I don't know what type of Knicks fan you are. I'm very jealous because what the Pistons look like is what we supposed to look like. Simple. Cade, that's how Brunson's supposed to look. MVP candidate, best player in the East. How the team play as a collective, that's how we supposed to look. Last night, of course, you know me, I'm going to take any chance to laugh and troll and mock Detroit Pistons fans. But in all actuality, I was sitting there a little jealous. Because I'm like, wow, like, no Cade, no Duren, no Stewart. And y'all fight like this? sent it to overtime, actually had an opportunity to win the game. And then when you watch our Knicks, we get our ass kicked. I have to be honest. Pistons is a good fucking team. And to me, it starts with the coach. I'm not going to give all them players that much kudos. I think that Coach JB, he has instilled something in them that has them fighting. And then also, when you look on the bench, I see now why it's good to have, and somebody said this a while ago as far as the NBA and why it's kind of how it is now. It's no more hood niggas in the NBA no more. Nobody from the trenches is in the league no more. And when you look on that roster, guys that's undrafted, right? Guys that have been looked over. You even have a coach that has a chip on his shoulder. That's what the league was about for how many years? And then you give a team like us, and it's just nepotism all through the shit. It's like night and day. So for me to watch the Pistons compete against the best team in the NBA, and yeah, against the best player in the NBA, love Wemby. Not this year, brother. Because no matter what you putting up, he's doing the same thing. So it's like, if you don't think SGA has in the back of his mind, let me give up these 40 pieces. Let me get these dubs. Because he could be sitting out too. They got it locked. He could be sitting out too. So for me, watching the Pistons last night is very important as a Knicks fan to just understand how bad of a spot we're in, especially from a coaching standpoint. Imagine the Knicks with JB. Just imagine that. When he's going to force you or push you to play the right style of basketball. He's going to force you to play defense. He's going to make Brunson get everyone involved and play the right style of basketball. The Detroit Pistons this year is what the Knicks was supposed to look like. Just dominant. Clear-cut best team in the East. Clear-cut the team that's supposed to be representing the East in the finals. Jalen Brunson, MVP candidate. That's what we were supposed to look like. So for me, Fabian, that quote, even though it hurts my stomach because I can't stand these Pistons fans, I like them, love them, but can't stand them, right? And I love the healthy beef we've created with them. But seeing that quote is 100% correct. I called them dudes regular, but they're not. Them dudes is tough. And listen, they helped Tobias Harris find the fountain of youth. He now looks like he belongs on the floor. How many times people or us or me, whoever trolled Tobias Harris? So for me, I don't want to turn this into like a glazing of the Pistons, but I got to call it like I see it. I'm a Knicks fan, and yes, I'm a little jealous. And if you're a Knicks fan as well, there's no way in the world you're not a little jealous when you watch the Pistons without Cade, without Duren, without Stewart fight. Like I said, win 10 out of 13 games. And one of those games they lose is to OKC in overtime, where they could have won that game. It just shows how much trouble we're in. From the coaching standpoint, all the way down to the players. I watch those guys fight for each other. I watch those guys don't give up. And then on our end, it's the total opposite, bro. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch the Pistons win and compete like that, and then we come out and lose just in a total opposite fashion. I'm jealous of the Detroit Pistons at this point.
Wow. I certainly am. I put the poll up. I'm asking, did the 2026 Pistons steal the 2024 Knicks whole flow? But as you talked, AllBall, it made me feel more and more so that I'm correct. See, we wanted Tom Thibodeau gone because of the in-game adjustments, and He was forced to do that. But I always said, yo, you got his players, bro. Hartenstein, Randall, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, Dante, Brunson, OG. And then we forget role players like Precious Achua shut down Joel Embiid alongside OG Anunoby in the fourth quarter of game 4. I'll never forget it because he never went back to it. He never started the series with that. But it was still this tough, competitive style of play that everyone kept saying was the 90s Knicks, including the fact that Tom Thibodeau was on the bench as a coach in the 90s. These Pistons, you can't deny what's going on. And as much as they say these are not just a bunch of okay players, you wouldn't think Monty Williams would have had him on this level. I don't know if Kenny Atkinson would have had him on this level. What JB Bickerstaff is doing has to be commended. He's probably going to be coach of the year. I can't see Dagnall getting this. The only one, I don't even know, maybe the Missoula. It's only him and Missoula in the running. And because you got the number 1 seed and held it down the entire season, he's going to get it.
Especially what he's doing in this stretch without Cade Cunningham, Stewart, and then sometimes in and out. Duren, Tiger Girl, the beautiful, the lovely, extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, elegant. Tiger Girl in the building. Tiger Girl, what up, baby?
This stretch is what is giving JB Bickerstaff more points as coach of the year. And then does Cade kind of lose points as with the MVP, being that, okay, your team is this competitive? Or do we say you don't play at this level and have the belief at this level if you don't have a guy who oh no, we got to fight hard to keep this number 1 seed, because when Cade comes back, it's over for y'all. That's part of what we felt with Brunson a couple years ago. That's what it was. You had a competitive team, and then you knew, oh, he could get us a bucket. Worst case scenario. And with the Pistons, at some point, the first 10, 15 games, you were like, yo, hold on, they're looking kind of crazy. And you were like, yo, man, hold on a second. The season just started. Like, let's give it some time, which is absolutely correct, because Flea always says it takes steps. Well, the first step seems to be in the books. Let's wrap this up. What else is there to talk about? Pistons just put on a show against the champions. And yeah, they were missing some guys too. But even if everyone was healthy, if this is a 7-game series and everyone is healthy, it's must-see TV. It's must-see TV. Same thing we saw with Indiana last year. All OKC better hope for is that the Pistons aren't healthy, because we saw the other Central team with the Pacers last year could have easily won this. Yeah. Who, again, what we said about the Pistons, who those guys? I can't name their starting 5. We can name the Pistons starting 5, but it's still not what we expected. And for them to play like underachievers the entire time, they don't have, you got to be jealous, because all we ever talk about is, or what I spoke to was, yo, why does this team, our team, the Knicks, act like we won already? You usually act like this when you win a championship. Pat Riley said the greed for more. Like, you win a chip, second year, everybody wants more money. They want more shine. They want more, what they call clout today. And the Knicks seem to be playing for that. The Pistons don't. They took on a blue collar image, and we had that. And that's, if I had to be jealous for some reason, it has to be because of that, AllBall, bro. How else can we, how can we not feel like, damn, we should be in that position right now?
They got guys that play for something. Some guys is playing for their life, undrafted. Some guys that know. You know what that young man said when they play against us and he see Kolick and some of these guys that was drafted before him, Jenkins? Mm-hmm. Dogs, right? So it's listen, man. It's like your friend Rich, and you go to his house and they have 3 sets of forks. And it's like, what the hell is this? Right? You don't expect him to, when he comes play basketball with you, to have that same fire, right? That same competitive spirit. And that's what we're missing. And maybe Tibbs being Tibbs is what gave us that at times, right? Because let's be honest, last season with Tibbs, we've lost some games that was just stupid as well, right? But the Pistons, man, and then even I just seen in the chat, I didn't even realize no Duncan Robinson last night neither.
I was being racist, all ball. I thought Kevin Huerter was Duncan Robinson half the time.
like you get what I'm saying? So Biff, what up, Biff? Big shout out Skrilla Hill, Vaughn Legend in the building. Yeah, bro, it's tough to watch. It's tough to watch. And when we have these hate watch parties, and like I said last night, watching the game, I'm making fun of the Pistons fans because OKC was up double digits. And as I'm watching, and then now, Detroit took the lead, and I'm just like, yo, that's supposed to be us, night in and night out. And you said something about Detroit the other night that was just beautiful. You said, yo, they play the last minute of the game the same way they play in the beginning of the game. They always look prepared. They never look unprepared. They never look scared. They never look timid. They never look nervous. They never look like they go away from their game plan. They never look selfish. You know who they look like? Leonidas in the 300. What Leonidas had his 300 thinking? We could beat the world. I don't care how many Persians it is. It's 1 million of them. We're going to hold it down. I don't mean to give them that many props. I may be going overboard, but I'm looking at a team that it's no way in the world that game should have been in the overtime. It's no way in the world that Detroit Pistons had a chance to beat OKC with SGA damn near 50 clip. And you have no Cade, no Stewart, no Duncan Robinson, no Duren. No telling who else they was missing. Like, we have to start being honest at some point. This is what the Knicks was supposed to be this season. Let me get something correct. Y'all know me. I can't stand the Pistons. But you got to respect them. You got to. If y'all love us for being honest, for being 1,000% real, I got to be honest, y'all. They getting on my fucking nerves how good they are and how good that coach is. He stand on that sideline and he look tough. Sound tough. Act tough. So them players running through a brick wall for him. And when you look on the other end, look at that sideline. Look at that coach over there. Look at our players complaining every play. Like, come on, man. This team, if the Pistons can do this right, they're going to be tough for the next couple seasons. Like, seriously. They're going to be tough, especially if they can get guys to buy in, take less money, right? I'm not saying, if you deserve the max and you're supposed to get 80 a year, if they can convince you, take 72. You get what I'm saying, Fabian? Shit like that. We ain't telling you take 60. Take 72. This other person want 35 a year. Take 29. We're going to keep this thing going. Especially if we like each other, want to play. Like, come on, man. So, for me, like I said, we're the total opposite. Our guys are worrying about money. Y'all seen what Brunson said? Y'all seen what OG said? Mikal Bridges got his money. Like, so for me, I'm going to say it again. Definitely a little jealous when I watch the Detroit Pistons, just how they compete from a basketball standpoint. And I'm also a little jealous of how they coach. I like that coach. That's my style of basketball. That's my That's my type of human being. Straight up. I'm not going to even lie. I would love him to be our coach. If we had a coach like that, this shit would not be how it's looking. Sorry, it just wouldn't. I got to give them kudos because I did not think they should have had an opportunity to be even close in that game with all those players out. And it was on the road. Let's not forget, this was in OKC. And with the refs cheating. Your man pushing off another night, 25 free throws, half his points coming from the free throw line. You know what they do? Fight through it. Fight through it. As a Knicks fan, come on, y'all. It's enough is enough. We got to get this shit together. Got to get this shit together. Because if that's now I see why they kicked our ass three times this season, Fabian. Last night, because yes, I'm biased and I got my blinders on. All I see is Knicks. Last night, I sat here and said, that's why they kick our ass. Last night. Wow. I can't wait for the playoffs because as Paul Pierce said, this Eastern Conference is going to be some shit, especially if everybody can get in there healthy. Wow. That it was good basketball to watch last night. I like to watch teams fight, especially when night in and night out, we just flat out give up.
Well, AllBall. We did. Oh, nice super chat. Jamrock, thank you for your $5. Detroit and OKC play JB with a single defender, no help, and let him shoot over length. And if he shoots well, cool. But they ain't helping off Jalen Brunson to give up threes. They've been trying that for a while. I think that was the worst part about seeing that this year. Dyson Daniels gave Jalen Brunson the business. Not sure if it's the new system in place. Because last year, Brunson was giving Dyson Daniels, Asur Thompson. Remember, he hit the game winner over Asur Thompson.
Right.
It felt like every single defensive player of the year candidate, Brunson was giving the business to last year. And it feels like this season, they're slowing him down. The only guy to me who really gave him problems was Derek White and Drew Holiday with the Celtics. You know, lower center of gravity, and these are all defensive caliber guys. But the other guys are younger too. Derek White and Drew Holiday. Remember, this guy, the background for Derek White came from the Spurs. Drew Holiday been the champion. So has the league caught up to him? Or is it, the Mike Brown system? I'm not sure. But you're right, Jamrock. The fact that they can play him one-on-one, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, eventually the league catches up to everybody. Do we think the league caught up to SGA? Does it matter? I mean, at this point, all right, if the league did catch up to JB, he's still averaging, 25, right? In the beginning of the season, he was averaging damn near 28. What they caught up to is playing us a certain way, the scheme. We just going to guard y'all straight up because we know he don't trust them dudes over there. So even if he give you a 30 ball like he did the other night, we going for the W. So for me, it doesn't matter whether they caught up to him or not. He's still putting up numbers. It's just it's not affecting the team in a winning aspect. While these other teams are doing the total opposite. Yeah, if our guys get 30 or 40, cool. But we're going to play to win the basketball game. That's the difference between us. We see Cat get it rolling. We go away from that. We see OG get it rolling. We go away from that. Like, that's the difference. That's the difference. The league caught up to the Knicks, not just Brunson. They caught up to everybody. Everybody. They said, we ain't double teaming none of you niggas. None. Even if you give Cat the ball and we got Caruso on them. Barbecue chicken them first before we come with the double team. So that's the part everybody's not getting. They caught up to us. And we're not adjusting. Half our guys can't even take somebody off the fucking dribble. We play our best basketball when guys are cutting, moving around, getting in transition. offensive rebounding. We have strengths. We don't play to them. So, yeah, the league caught up to us because we didn't change anything. Everybody else gotten better. Why? They changed things. Teams are trusting each other more now. Look at that big play that SGA made down 3. He could have forced a tough 2-point shot, kicked it out to the corner. Kid makes a 3. That was his first shot in the game. You don't think SGA knows that? In overtime, 1 3-pointer made by Caruso, who passes him the ball. Trust. A guy like Brunson is going to force the shot against a bigger player. He's not making that pass. That's the difference. Great coaches, great teams know that. So they stay on their man. They know that. So that's why I say we have some problems. And until Brunson understands, like, yo, you have to trust these guys. Now, if they miss the shot, like I told you, you make the right play, you deal with the consequences. They miss it, that ain't on you. You made the right play. But when you try to force a tough shot and you either get it blocked, turn it over, or just a bad shot, just saying.
I looked up Paul Reed's contract. It was 2 years, $11 million this past summer. That's a guy I was interested in. Even when he was in Philly, I thought he played well. Like, I thought he would have been better than Precious Achiuwa. And last night he went bananas with 21 and 7. Also, before we move on, let's not forget another East Coast team that was mightily competitive with the OKC Thunder, the champions. The champions. Hey, by the way, click that join button, membership, whether you're on a Fabian channel, Fabian Perspective channel, AllBall TV channel. Look up. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the Cash App. ABTV3 on the Cash App. ABTV3 on the Cash App. And, of course, on the Instagram. Very important because the social media game, you know what it is. So you spread the word around. Word of mouth is digital. AllBall TV 3 underscores. AllBall TV 3 underscores on Instagram. You'll see our logo there. Quite familiar. And, of course, become a member. Support us any way you can. Of course, we appreciate all the support. Can't do this without y'all, man. Really appreciate y'all being in the building, AllBall.
No, I'm not a Pistons fan. I still despise the Pistons. It's just right now, shit backfired on me. You had an injury and I thought it would go the other way. So I'm looking like an idiot as usual. But I always have my vengeance. Always. This might be my Jedi mind trick. Y'all got to be careful with me. Just be mindful, be careful. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer.
And never forget. Keep the Dillinger on them.
Mandatory.
You know who else does? Apparently, SGA and damn OKC Thunder.
Lord have mercy.
Jason Tim breaks down SGA's controversial push-offs. The answer is we stopped giving Shai foul calls for weak-ass marginal contact on his drive.
Play, it was the right call. When you fully extend the arm like that, you basically put the official in a position where he has no choice but to make the call. Shai typically does a nice job of hiding his push-off. He drives right at your chest, and he hits you with his shoulder first. As he's doing his step-back move, he'll extend the forearm a little bit, but he'll quick extend it and quick pull it back. I am consistent on the record that I don't have a problem with the Shai push-off. I've seen tons of basketball fans complaining about that move and how they want to see it called more. I think that's a slippery slope. If we start calling that an offensive foul, then we have to start calling every single little bump that a defender uses back on Shai when they're on defense. Now, this is where it gets complicated because Shai does get a lot of ticky-tack calls. He does get a lot of those marginal contact types of calls. And so on that level, I do understand the frustration. This individual play, it was the right call. When you fully extend the arm like that, you basically put the official in a position where he has no choice but to make the call. Shai typically does a nice job of hiding his push-off. He drives right at your chest and he hits you with his shoulder first. As he's doing his step-back move, He'll extend the forearm a little bit, but he'll quick extend it. Quick. This is what has driven NBA fans crazy about the Thunder over the last couple of years in the way that they're officiated. Shai's allowed to use his off arm to push off defenders when he's trying to get separation, but then the defenders aren't allowed to hit him back at all, so he ends up going to the line constantly. While on the other end of the floor, Lou Dort and Alex Caruso are beating the shit out of your stars over and over again, and they're not getting that same respect. It was and still is extremely frustrating. I'm saying the answer to that problem is to stop giving Shai such an insane whistle where he gets to the line for every little bit of marginal contact on his drives. Again, the answer is less whistles, not more. I don't think we solve this problem by calling Shai for push-offs. The answer is we stop giving Shai foul calls for weak-ass marginal contact on his drives.
AllBall, the guy, Jason 10th. We always talk about how hard it is to talk to that damn camera by yourself. He's doing a good job. At least there. What do you think about what he said? Yo, let's just stop calling calls, man. All the way. Offense and defense.
I split down the middle. I agree with him to a certain extent. Now, the push off when you extend should be called offensive. I don't mind because I'm gonna tell you, to me, I love a player that knows how to create space without extending, right? So when Shai is driving and he got that, remember, you up on him. So when you give somebody that little bit, I don't mind that. But when you extend, that's an offensive foul. But when he talked about, stop giving him the ticky-tack fouls, that's where I 100% agree with him. It gets out of control with Shai. Now, maybe we're all just jealous. Maybe we're all just hating. Because if I was in the league, listen, I would love to get those calls as well. You don't hear Shai complaining, right? So, but being a Jaylen Brown, a Wembanyama, right? Guys that are verbal, that are outspoken, that are trying to, bring it to light. I agree with that sentiment 100%. The ticky-tack fouls is getting out of control. He should not be going to the line 25, 30 times. No, it's too much. A guy that goes to the line 15 plus times is a lot. 20 plus, crazy. 25 plus is insane. Insane. I don't remember no great player going to the line this much. I'm sorry, I don't. 20. Remember, at one time, James Harden was doing this. And what we were doing, we were roasting him. It doesn't take away from how great Shai is, but I 100% agree. At times, it's difficult to watch Gilgeous-Alexander because it's like, like Fleet says, reward great defense. Now, if it's a foul, it's a foul. But some of that shit is out of control. Some of those, he's doing a great acting job before he even gets touched, right? And then when you see the replay, nobody touched him. Or they may grade you to the point where it can affect you to the way you're flopping and falling on the floor. So you can't knock SGA for, playing by the rules. But come on, man, y'all are hurting the game. So last night, I commend the refs for having the balls, the cojones, to make that call. Because you don't see that call made in that moment, right? But when you extend, you can't extend. But I have no problem. Like I said, if you guard me and I can nudge you, it just shows you how strong he is. Niggas is in the gym. When I can nudge you a little bit with that elbow and create that little bit of space, to me, that's legal. But to extend, no. So I love that they called that. But for sure, Fabian, the ticky-tack calls, we seen it against us. We seen it last night to a certain extent. Listen, it is getting too out of control. And we have to pray that this doesn't happen in the playoffs. Because one of these coaches is going to go crazy. It's going to go crazy if OKC is officiated like this in the playoffs. Because what he said about Caruso and Dort, 100%. Now, Caruso isn't nowhere near as dirty as Dort. Caruso is a great defender, but he is a fucking hack.
Yeah.
Lou Dort is just straight dirty.
Right.
You could tell he got a running back bill, but his mindset is filthy. So I agree, and I've been saying it for how many seasons now? I say, the the way OKC is officiated, they can be physical, they can be tough, they can get away with everything. But then when it comes to your team, you get called with the ticky-tack fouls. So listen, on that, I definitely agree with him 100%. And I think it'll make the game a little better. So like I said, cut it from 25 free throws to maybe 15 free throws. Like, enough is enough, Fabian. It's getting out of control.
Heard some of you guys, I see some of you guys mention Jordan. I think that's when everything totally changed. Once everything turned into the Michael Jordan show. Obviously, the Pistons, they wrote the Jordan rules. Sam Smith got exiled and banished by Michael Jordan. The media was split. Same way we see LeBron fans always talk about how Jordan never had to deal with this media because Mike had a monopoly on it when he played. And Isaiah's still beefing with Michael Jordan about like, yo, he was great, don't get me wrong, but they gave him these calls. We seen Oakley after a game 4 at the Garden say, yo, we couldn't even touch Mike. The next game, Mike didn't even go to the basket, but he got like 50 points off of all shots outside the paint. People don't want to believe this. I was an Allen Iverson stan, but as I was watching Allen Iverson games, I'm like, yo, he is flopping. I don't care what y'all talking about. He weighs 150 pounds. He's supposed to be going to the paint and getting these calls. And also, we saw it over the summer. Jerry Colangelo he started running the Phoenix Suns, and he was also on the board for the rule changes the same summer that they went and acquired Steve Nash, who went on to win back-to-back MVPs, and they started to change the foul calls. Then you couldn't, the hand check, and they totally got rid of it. I say all that to say they took away way too many weapons and things you can do as a defender. For SGA to get these calls, that means you're allowing him to hit me. So if this is boxing, he can hit me, but I can't lean on him. I can't grab him. I can't, put my weight on him. There's things as a defender that you do that you tire them out. That's part of the reason why I always believe basketball is the best form of competition for athletes, because if you're slow, you get exposed. If you're weak, you get exposed. And the opposite is true. If you fast, we see it. If you strong, we see it. You can post somebody up, get him out of the paint, show in SGA's case, lowering the shoulder and moving Evan Mobley like that. That shows you how weak Evan Mobley is as a power forward and how strong SGA is as a two-guard hybrid in this era. And I would love to see them allow more defensive touching, allow them to get physical, because it only evens things out. It only makes it more competitive. And that's why we go back to the Pistons playing that way. Even OKC, Lou Dort playing that way, it's egregious. You might get ruin somebody's career. But you got these teams who they don't even invite the physicality. And I like that you brought up James Harden, because I almost stopped watching basketball because of James Harden. Like, it was the traveling. Again, you're allowing offensive players to do things that they were never allowed to do, and then try to convince us that what we're watching is basketball, the same basketball we've been watching our whole lives, and it's not. So with SGA, we see that sometimes, and we go, what else you gonna give them? Like, they've already created the best team in the league. You're gonna give them the calls too? It would absolutely help. That's why we always say we repeat Flea's model. There's steps, and in the playoffs, you're going to see how they call it differently. James Harden was exposed in the playoffs. So I agree totally with Jason Temple saying, yo, less calls. Less calls. You do that, it's over. It's over. We're going to see who's mano-a-mano when it comes down to, man on man. Who can really get a bucket? Flea was going crazy that game we played against OKC. And he saw like, yo, just best player, best moment. Just, if you give us your best, you hit the shot, I'm with it. But if you bail them out, that's the other thing. Don't bail them out. If it's not a basketball move, don't bail them out. And that's what was so important about calling SGA for a charge or an offensive foul when he pushed off on a step back for the game winner last night. That he can clearly hit. He clearly practices every single action that he did, the push off, to try to to try to hide the fact that he pushed you off while stepping back to create more space. Like, we appreciate all that. But if you're doing it in plain sight and right in front of the referee, it's like, you got to call that, bro. Like, he's already nice. He's already an MVP candidate. But I totally agree with this guy, Jason 10th, man. You have to be able to exercise these rules that bring back just the sport, the competition. It's called sports. It's called sports.
It's competition.
So we said this last week. Wemby being involved in the MVP Defensive Player of the Year conversation is important because it changes the spirit of the game. Now you got to defend. To your point about SGA, and I alluded to it, yeah, SGA is kind of strong for a lanky, 6'7" guard. But if he's getting away with that, how was Jaylen Brown not able to lower his shoulder and get away with that? And they were starting to give him calls after he was beefing about the SGA's call. So you're gonna see more of these guards and see why we lauded Mitch Richmond, dudes who put the work in, post your ass up. And you hear, like, even Michael Jordan will tell you, like, nah, that was a tough cover, bro. There was no, you could do whatever you want, play fundamental defense, and he's still hitting a shot over you because he knows how to post you, the footwork, and he just fades right over you.
See, listen, that play last night, and that was a great point you made, right? But before I make this point, let me say this. You brought up Jaylen Brown. It's not as smooth, and it doesn't look as good as SGA. Let's be honest. Like when you show that move where he create that little bit of space with that elbow, you can't see that if you're a ref. Like, SGA perfected that, right? Mm-hmm. But that call that they made last night against SGA when he extended, think about it. Luka did that same play when he hit the game winner last week, and he totally extended and got up the shot and made it, and the refs didn't call it. We got to understand, you have a lot of players in the NBA, they want the physicality back. They want to be able to play through stuff like this. Some of them don't want those calls. They just saying, don't give it to that person all the time. Guys like Jaylen Brown, Ant-Man, it's certain players in the league, Wemby, bro, they not complaining to the refs until it's just egregious or out of control. So it goes to show you it ain't the players. A lot of these players won't mind contact. That's why I say it just makes the game that much better. But last night was just, listen, SGA is a bad motherfucker, man. I'm sorry. He turns it on when he wants to. And listen, he takes over games. And even though that was the right call to make, look what happened in overtime, right? But yeah, Fabian, I totally agree with you. And that was a great point that young man made, where it doesn't help the game making more or calling more foul calls. Call less. Just don't call it ticky-tack ones. The ones that he's in the air flailing around, and do that to everyone. Let's not just single out SGA. Everybody gets away with that.
Right.
So if you take away from that a little bit, maybe the game will get a little more competitive. But I don't want to single out SGA. I'm saying, for me, treat the whole league like that. If it's a bullshit call, I'm not calling it. Especially when you look at the replay, that's what they should be able to do. A coach challenge a foul, and if you see it's not a foul, that's it. That's what they need to start doing. Because a lot of these foul calls, when you look at that Jumbotron, it may look like a person got fouled, but ain't nobody touch him.
Well, Mo was sick of the Pistons glaze. We had some slight SGA glaze, but it was more or less like, just, oh man, let's get things back in order. And we referenced them. Wemby, was there a shot taken by SGA against the Wembanyama? Stephen A. Smith, quote, "We're saying something because he's busting everybody's ass. That's why."
Push off Byron Russell for a championship, and we could debate that, but what we don't debate is the greatness of Michael Jordan. We can debate the push-off from Shea Butter. But what we ain't going to do is debate the greatness of Shea Butter. And the fact that, we're not going to sit up here and act like, oh, my goodness, he's so awesome because he got to the free throw line 25 times. The brother hit 63% of his shots. How about that? He finished with 47. How about that? 31 of his 47 came after the half. How about that? OKC's the number 1 seed in the NBA. How about that? They're the reigning defending NBA champions with him being the reigning MVP, reigning champion, reigning finals MVP, and still putting up over 30 a night. How about that? Let's we got to be really careful when we're talking about this brother and we're seeing the complaints. Let's put in perspective why the complaints exist. They're existing because he's making teams pay. That's why. They're saying this brother's so gifted, please don't give him an extra break. Don't send him to the free throw line, y'all. Let him earn it, because even when he has to earn it, he still does that. Damn, we have a hard enough time stopping him because he's that great. Could you help us out a little bit by not giving him calls? That's what they're saying, which is the ultimate sign of respect. Because if he wasn't Shea Butter, we wouldn't be worried about it. We wouldn't be saying anything. We're saying something because he's busting everybody's ass. That's why.
Stephen A. Smith, a word of advice. I'm not repeating that nickname. Please stop.
I'm not calling nobody Shea Butter.
I could call my baby Shea Butter, but I ain't calling no man no damn Shea Butter as Stephen A. Smith. Get your life together.
Ladies, you can put the Shea Butter on me, but I ain't calling no other man Shea Butter. Listen, we ain't doing that. No.
At all, boy. What are you thinking?
He's 100% correct. This is like the third time you hoodwink and bamboozle me, and I've agreed with Stephen A. Smith. This is a miracle. He's 100% correct. SGA is busting niggas' ass.
Yes.
Let's call it what it is, man. I'm from the hood. When a nigga busting your ass, all you can do is find every little thing. There's times I done played in the hood and got my ass bust or beat Paul so bad on the basketball court that you start calling shit that you know ain't right. You stepped out of bounds just to stop a play. He doubled. Right. He crossed you over crazy. You fall, he carried just to stop the play. That nigga busting niggas' ass, man. And I'm gonna be honest. If this was Jalen Brunson doing this,
right,
I wouldn't be complaining about this shit.
Y'all hate it.
Listen. I watched Shai Gilgeous go against us. We're struggling in the first half. And in the fourth quarter, he went like this. I got this. And went on a 9-0 run by himself in less than a minute. Took the lead from 4-13, game over. Stephen A. Smith is correct. We're not complaining about nobody else that does this. He is skillful. The nigga is nice. He's about to win his second MVP back-to-back. And he might be back-to-back champions. Something that we haven't seen done in how many years now. Right? Guys win 2, 3, 4 rings, but nobody's winning back-to-backs. Stephen A. Smith is 100% correct. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is busting niggas' ass. And if they was losing these games and he wasn't scoring, we wouldn't be saying shit about him pushing off. Now, does he push off? Yes. Does he get away with a lot? Yes. Do the officials call a lot of ticky-tack fouls? Yes. But you know what? There's a whole lot of yeses as well. Is he scoring? Is he busting your ass? Is he out there making you niggas look silly? The nigga's nice, man. I got to give it up. The nigga's nice. He's tough to watch sometimes because the officials, Lord have mercy. But he's found a glitch in the matrix, and he's taking advantage of it. James Harden did the same thing. The league said they was going to fix it. Maybe next season, the league will fix this. But until they fix it, what we going to sit up here and say? I'm going to say it again. If Jalen Brunson was the MVP candidate, had us the number 1 seed, clear-cut favorites to represent the East in the finals, and he was doing this, I wouldn't be saying shit. I would love it. I'm not an OKC fan. I'm not an SGA fan. So, of course, I'm going to have a problem with it. Listen, I'm just an honest person, man, when it comes to sports. I lie about everything else. But when it comes to sports, I'm honest. Stephen A. is right, Fabian. We are all jealous. We are all haters. SGA is the man. I'm sorry. And as great as Joker is, I ain't heard Joker name in a long time as far as MVP, best player in the league, right? Great as Wemby is, Wemby got to make a case for himself. SGA is out there, and he said it himself. I see it loading up.
And you said it back in the first segment. You referenced James Harden. That was the difference. James Harden was unapologetic about his game in the regular season. Anybody who's Shaq unapologetic, LeBron unapologetic. Some of these guys just go out there, and you know they're getting calls, and it's like, yo, I don't know if, and they don't care. Giannis unapologetic. Yeah, I'm gonna charge into you. Yeah, I'm traveling. I'm gonna keep doing it. And on top of that, SGA is so arrogant that he goes, watch this. Remember Mike? Remember Kobe? Remember D Wade? It's time to start mentioning me in their class because only they could do what he's been doing. I know he's a point guard in this era, but he's a two guard to me. I don't see him running the offense like that. Like, to me, he's looking to see if it's too much of a double team. And he'd be passing out the double team crisp.
Can I ask you a question? How
Course.
many threes he makes a game?
Not too many. Funny you say, before I even look it up, the season before SGA took a leap for me, he was shooting like 8 threes a game. Then the year he took a leap, he dropped to like 3 or 4 or 5. And the numbers improved, the percentages improved. But he made more of an effort to go in the paint and shoot all of his shots.
So you know what he said? While y'all want to chase the 3, I'm going to play the game how it's supposed to be played. He might make 2 threes a game. He might attempt maybe 5, maybe. Bro, this is what the NBA was. This is the art form of the league. The midi. Getting to the free throw line. Being creative. Come on, bro.
We looked this up a couple years ago when he took that leap. And he finished 5th in the league with MVP vote in the 2022-2023 season. So he shot better from 3, and it was 5 threes a game he took, and then he went to 2.5, and that's when he started to really pick it up. And the one thing I noticed that year, a couple things I noticed, the field goal percentage jumped up from 45% to 51%, right? 3-point percentage from 30% to 34.5%. And the major leap that he took, this is 3 seasons ago, we talked about this AllBall. He went from 81% from the free throw line to 90%. 90%. And he was averaging 31 points a game. And he kept it up throughout the whole season. That's when I said, I don't know what y'all talking about with this John Morant, De'Aaron Fox. This guy might be in the class by himself right now in terms of 2 guards, point guards, whatever the hybrid thing is. And then going back to what you said, he don't feel bad about these calls. I'm going to shoot 88% from the free throw line. I'm going to keep busting your ass like you said. You don't think I care? And he tell it like you can hear him on camera. That's what sports is about too. That's why I like when Gilbert Arenas be calling them out when they say, Kenyon Martin and them like, yo, you can't tell me certain things. If you're in the crowd, you can't talk about my mom. And Gilbert Arenas is like, bro, that's what we get paid for. You actually hear that? What's wrong with y'all? I'm zoned out. I'm trying to give you 60. And SGA, he hears every game they're asking him now. Every coach, every team is complaining about the same thing. And all he does is go, I'm going to get my 30, bro. Keep that MVP trophy warm for me, please.
And I'm going to get that 30 in the rhythm of the game. I don't get the 30 looking like I'm going nut. I don't get the 30 looking like I'm out of control. I don't get the 30 looking like I'm ignoring my teammates. It's in the rhythm, in the flow of the game.
That's such a great point. Again, going back to James Harden, that's what I felt about James Harden game. Like it was out of rhythm to me. He just lulling you to sleep with the in between, and then all of a sudden he'll do a triple 360 step back. SGA is looking for the right spot, your angle, your footwork, your hands, or you drop your hands, it's over. Let me get that. In the rhythm of the game. See, that's the one thing that you guys also overlook when we talk about the game. The rhythm, the flow. We can't front on it. We can't front on it. SGA's doing this thing like a movie.
And he's hitting, hold on, and he's hitting, think of how many big shots he's hit in the past week. Remember, he's hitting big shots, game winners, tying games, going in like, bro. He said, while y'all chase threes, I'm going to chase what y'all forgot, what made the game great. Mid-range assassin. And I'm going to make it difficult to officiate me. Because y'all don't even know how to officiate me at this point. Because all y'all know how to officiate now is threes. Look what they do with the three-point shot. You get too close to a person and contested, it's a foul. So you know what? Basketball IQ, bro.
1,000,000%.
Us as human beings, what are we? How crazy are we? We get mad at a motherfucker when they too smart. We get mad at somebody when they figure some shit out. How he do that? Is SGA the mad genius? Bro, think about it. He went against the grain. I'm not gonna fall into what the league is. What he averaged in 3-point field goal attempts, niggas is shooting that in 1 quarter. You don't see him hoisting up threes. The whole league is hoisting up threes. Our Knicks, we have a team full of guys that are not great 3-point shooters, and they hoist up threes like they Curry and Clay, or Ray Allen, or Reggie Miller, or Larry Bird. OG takes step back threes like he's like that. Does he hit them sometimes? Yes. But think about it. OG is taking, we have guys doing NBA 2K moves.
To quote the great Patrick Ewing, you practice that shot?
Exactly. I know you ain't practicing that. Come on. So listen, what he's doing, looking at it now in hindsight, yo, man, he a bad motherfucker. Stephen A. Smith is 100% correct. We are mad, we are hating, and we are jealous because he's not on our team, whoever team that is, doing that shit.
Hoisting that trophy. Get to these super chats. Jamrock, thank you for your $5. Jalen Brunson is shooting 2% worse than last year, 1% worse in threes while taking 2 more shots and making the same amount of field goals. 9.3 for every 20 shots. Last year, 9 for every 18.5 shots.
That's a big difference. Hey, Jamrock, thank you for that. That's a big difference because, you're not only shooting worse, you're putting up more shots. So that's taken away from a cat.
And it makes a hell of a difference for a guy who's 6 feet. King Speaks, thank you for your $2 and being a member, of course. SGA sells like Shawn Michaels versus Hogan at Manny the BS. Which one was that? Oh, Mania. Was it Mania, WrestleMania? I didn't watch that one. What happened, old Paul?
No, I'm just laughing because I love people that reference wrestling because all of us, if we're a certain age, at one point in our life, wrestling was everything. And when you bring up certain names, Shawn Michaels, Hogan, like a lot of people don't understand how important those guys were in our childhood. Like wrestling was everything at one time to me. So I laugh because it's like, wow, I love to see people not forget where we come from.
And also the fact that wrestlers have to sell the fight, sell the moves,
God,
what I mean? When you're a villain, you got to sell it. And SGA, right now, if he wins again, he might become a villain. He's
already a villain. Listen, we turned Brunson into a villain. What's the saying in Batman? You the hero long enough, you become the villain. SGA is already a villain. He don't give a fuck.
Ray Floyd, thank you for your $4.99. Y'all see the way K gets his buckets? He plays like SGA without flopping. He scored 42 against y'all, ethically and efficiently.
Ray Floyd, go to hell with your college diploma fucking talk up here. Ray Floyd be driving me crazy. Big shout out Ray Floyd. Real Detroit Pistons fan over there.
Bless One, thank you for being a member. Andrea Floyd, thank you for being a member. All the members, appreciate y'all. Bless One, thank you for your $5 as well. Jalen Brunson, field goal percentage, true shooting percentage, and player efficiency rating has all dipped since last year. He's having one of his worst defensive ratings this year. Even though I think he has shown some more effort on the defensive end as of late, AllBall. Like before last week, he was playing better on defense, and some people were speculating that might be why his numbers have dipped this year.
Yeah. Big shout out, Bless One. The whole chat be on point, but I love that these guys are bringing that up. I seen that. I'm gonna get to that. Bless One, yeah, man. Those numbers and those things, a lot of people are ignoring, but only on Knicks Rehab, AllBall TV. Our chat, Fabian, never lets us down. They are watching. They are doing their homework and their due diligence. And this is why we're struggling as a basketball team. It's not only Mike Brown, because like we said at the beginning of the season, Brunson didn't seem like, he had a problem with the system. He wasn't struggling with the system, but his shot selection is a little off. His shot making is off. And when our guys and sisters up here bring up the numbers, that's the main reason why we're struggling as well.
The youngest in charge, thank you for being a member, first and foremost. I've been saying that since I watched that wrestling match. Remember, wrestling was starting to die out. That's when John Cena came in, and I was done with that shit. My son is not into it, so I thank God I don't have to get into wrestling right now. It's trash. But that Rock versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania, this is charisma, generational charisma versus generational charisma. The way they work the crowd, remember, he's Hollywood Hogan going in the ring. Everybody wanted him to win that. If you a wrestling fan, like a real wrestling fan, no, it's not Ric Flair, HBK, Bret Hart. It's not technical wrestling. This shit is charisma versus charisma.
Listen, they are the definition of what wrestling is supposed to be. Entertainment, a show, storyline. Insane.
I can't let you go, AllBall. First of all, shout out to Flea. He says, peace, my brothers. I'll be at the game tonight. So clearly, he will not be doing the play-by-play with us unless he pull. Will he pull the play-by-play with us?
Flea, what up, baby? Listen, I hope you don't be pulling no play-by-play. Go in there, enjoy the game. But at halftime, holler at us. Let us know how the building is looking. Let us know if the Knicks is in the building. So we would love for you to just at halftime, even if you give us 2-3 minutes. Let us know the energy and if the Knicks is representing it. Big shout out to our brother Flea. He will be in the building in Houston at the game. Knicks versus Houston tonight.
Before I forget, we got one more topic, AllBall. I thought I got to that before, but Cash App, OG Circle Game. Thank you for your $2. Yo, check my shorts. I got AllBall hooping. Stay tuned. Oh shit. What do? We click on your where's it at? Send it on. I don't know where you at. Instagram, Twitter. I don't know where you at, Circle Gang.
Don't do me like RP. Make me look good, man. Make me look like SGA in them clips. How about that? Make me look like SGA in them clips.
Gonna make you look like NBA young boy on the clips on playing basketball. SGA, speaking of. Oh, what was this? SGA is letting his game do the campaigning for MVP. But I believe AllBall sent me this for a different reason.
Chatter on behalf of yourself.
Nah, I'm good. Thanks for asking, though. But yeah, I'm good. I'll let my game do the talking.
You like to chatter on behalf of yourself?
Nah, I'm good. Thanks for asking, though. But yeah, I'm good. I'll let my game do the talking.
So nice. Had to say it twice. We know who was campaigning for themselves recently. We know it. The big dog. Foreigner against foreigner. Yeah. AllBall, you know we like the smoke. And even though SGA didn't call him out, you called him out. You did it. Wembanyama.
Listen, I love Mo. Listen, Mo Mo be on niggas head top. Like, Mo, what up, Mo? That's right.
Mo, I'm selling all ball out. This was all him. All ball.
Listen,
What do you feel? Is this a shot at Wemby? OKC Spurs already got smoke.
that
Number 1 and
nigga's,
2 seed?
that nigga's cooler than the other side of the pillow, bro. That's a shot to everybody. But it's definitely a direct shot at Wemby. Stop talking, nigga. Let your game talk, nigga. You see what I'm doing.
Mm,
Mano y mano.
mm,
You have 41, I have 47.
mm.
Next game up, nigga. I love it. I love it. This is what see, why don't we want this? I love the confidence. I love the bravado. As long as you can back it up, right? Like, listen, as corny as we think he is, as silly as we think he is, them outfits, and listen, that nigga sitting up there frying niggas, barbecue chicken, night in and night out, game winners. He pushing off. He got the whole world talking about how they don't like his game, how he gets away with this, gets away with that. And he's sitting up there like a James Bond villain. Saying this, Fabian, stop me then. Stop me. Stop me. That's why I love sports. You got a problem? Stop me, nigga. I love it. I love it. That was a direct shot at Wemby. But I think that's also a direct shot at, you know, all of media, all of sports that's, you know, basically talking about his game and critiquing him and criticizing how he goes to the free throw line and how he scores his points. That's to everybody. I let my game speak for itself. Another year averaging 30 plus. Another year, best team on the planet. Another year, we're not even fully healthy. Like, let's not forget, bro, I didn't want to agree with this sentiment. But they have an opportunity to be the next Golden State Warriors with that smart front office. They can go to 4, 5, 6, 7 finals, win 2, 3, 4. Bro, he's doing this, and that team isn't healthy. We know they're great. We know they're a juggernaut. But still, if your second best player is out, if Hartenstein is in out the lineup, like, if that was any other team, what do we say if we lose? Cat ain't played. What would happen if Mitchell Robinson was there? We got to have the same smoke for everybody else. I love his arrogance. It gets on my nerves now. I'm not going to lie. But if you that good, how could you not be that arrogant? Kobe Bryant was telling niggas, don't sit next to me, nigga.
Take my shoes off. Hey,
No.
Shaq.
Fuck that. I don't care about the shoes. I'm your point guard. Yo, get away from me. What? You gotta look like you talking to the fan? Remember, I got a Lakers uniform on. I'm a starter. Niggas can't sit next to me, nigga. See how you niggas work. Great players. You heard what Mike said. I won't never ask none of my teammates to do something I won't do. Mike was snuffing niggas in practice. Y'all think Mike was arrogant, pulling up to the game in a Ferrari, the big suit, cigar, shades? Listen, SGA is learning from the best. And for us to be up here talking about it, that's how you become the super duper star. He's becoming a super duper star right in our eyes. And he rarely says anything. Like he say, I let the weird outfits in the game speak for itself. His Michael Jordan driving up to the Ferrari is his outfits walking through the tunnel to the game. Bro, you listen, at the end of the day, the young man is backing it up. Until somebody knock him off his pedestal, I'm starting to become a fan of the nigga. Because like I said, he's busting niggas' ass. That's the part that I love. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, and I just say to myself, when you have a player like that you can give the ball, and remember, Shumpert alluded to this 2 seasons ago, that's what was hurting us as Knicks fans with Brunson. Remember, Shumpert said it. He ain't got that game winner in him yet. Remember, Brunson started hitting that. He became a whole nother player. Bro, when you start backing up your actions, you're a different dude. Listen, I love it, bro. Right now, he's a James Bond villain. And if he win this season, I'm going to say it again. Back-to-back finals, back-to-back MVPs, back-to-back finals MVP. Because ain't no question he's getting that. Is he better than the Joker? Just saying. I thought 2 was more than 1. Where's he going to start being ranked? If SGA get this back-to-back, is he better than D-Wade? Miss me with right now, if you line them up, who you drafting at their peak if he gets this next title? SGA about to move a lot of niggas down a notch. Are we talking 3rd or 4th greatest point guard of all time? Chris Paul, bye. John Stockton, bye. I'm just saying. Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas. Watch how crazy some of these lists start getting if this nigga win this back-to-back thing. I'm a blessed one. I'm just saying, bro, you averaging 30 plus. Your efficiency is crazy. Back-to-back titles, back-to-back regular season MVPs, back-to-back finals MVPs, best team in the NBA, 60 plus win seasons, 55 plus win seasons. Hey, Mo, all right, if he's not a point guard, okay, he's a shooting guard. Is he the 3rd best shooting guard in NBA history? We know Mike and Kobe. Everybody got D-Wade as 3rd. Who's the 4th and 5th? Ray Allen and who?
Clyde.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's tough.
Who gets out of there? If we have him as a shooting guard and he wins this next title in this fashion, who's out of there? D-Wade, Clyde, or Ray Allen?
Oh, Ray Allen. Ray Allen got to go. He's not on their level. He didn't play long enough, which is a good question. So I think Joker's he's been great for longer. And he could have won 3 in a row, 3 out of 4 MVPs. Just holding off on that till I see more before I go with Joker. And Dom said I got a bias for the bigger players. King Speech, thank you for your $2. SGA fraud is Urkel acting like Stephon or Curl. I'm hating. And we heard about, if you ain't hear about how Jaleel White Urkel was acting like in the background, backstage, people were saying he was out of his mind. And can't say that about SGA. Haven't heard one complaint about this guy. The other thing is, when you brought up D-Wade and even Ray Allen, the one thing that those two guards have over D-Wade, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, to even get those slots is they were way healthier than Dwayne Wade ever was. And SGA has been way healthier than D-Wade ever was. And it reminded me of another hybrid guard that was going through a competitive mode just like SGA. There's always a question of if there was a player that you can give a magical pill to and they stay healthy for their careers, who would you give it to? And for me in my lifetime, it was always 2, and I always pull back and forth to see who I wanted to be healthy for their whole career and see it play out. Penny Hardaway,
yeah,
and Derrick Rose. We forget.
For me, it's Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill.
I'm with you because Grant Hill was crazy. But D Rose had a different attitude than Penny and Grant Hill. There's a little arrogance to him, just like SGA, but even more demonstrative. Well, he looked at Dwight Howard and LeBron at the All-Star game like these fools. Utterly competitive. He had Luol Deng on the defensive end. Tom Thibodeau obviously coaching him to his MVP, youngest MVP of all time. But now we're getting to see SGA go up against Joker and the Giants, Wemby, Joker. If Embiid was healthy, Giannis, all the Giants, he's knocking them. Boom, knocking them down like dominoes. Luka, they're all bigger than him. They were all thought of to be better than him 3 years ago, by far. And now he's in their conversation, if not passing them. And that's why it's important for him to call out Wemby, even if we're making it up and making it more than what it is, because Wemby got smoke for his teammate, Chet. Wemby got smoke for SGA's teammate, for that whole squad. Wemby got smoke for y'all. They beat you 3 times out of 4 this year. The fact that SGA even alludes to it, I love it because it shows he's competitive. Yeah, I'm the MVP, but let's not forget what this is about. It's still a show. It's entertainment. And I don't care what y'all say. Talk about me on Twitter. Make me go viral for being a foul merchant. But don't forget to give me my trophy. Don't forget you have to watch me on TV getting the trophy, wiping it down. Wemby is 2 games back of OKC right now. That's why I love this shit. That's why I love this shit. The playoffs, if they catch up, imagine if they lose 2 games and the Spurs get, how does that go? Is it they said the conference record? Oh, so they might lose. They got to win out, flat out. I think it goes by conference record. OKC's 37-9 within the conference. The Spurs are 32-14. So they got to win this outright, if I'm not mistaken. But if the Spurs were to get the 1 seed, just for them to go back and forth, the fact that they're both talking like this, they're playing like MVPs, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, AllBall. Is that all the super chats? Yep, I think that's all the super chats. Make sure all the cash apps went through. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
We shall be back. 2 more hours. Knicks.
8 o'clock.
Rehab. Oh, it's 8 o'clock?
I think it's an 8 o'clock game.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, get me a little napping.
Knicks, Rockets, 8 o'clock game.
Get my old nigga nap. My old nigga napping.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, we back. 8 o'clock tonight. Knicks on the road against the Houston Rockets. Can the Knicks get back on track? Can they get a win on the road? Houston's been struggling. They have some injuries. What's the game plan tonight? You know, is Cat going to get involved? Or is Brunson? 1 man, 1 band, 1 sound.
Come on. Hey, Cash App, ABTV3, Instagram, AllBall TV _, AllBall TV 3 underscores, AllBall TV 3 underscores. You'll see the logo in the Instagram account. Also, hey, why sit there and watch us when you can join us? Hit that membership, y'all. Join the membership. We shall be back 7:30. Knicks.
8 o'clock.
Rockets.
8 o'clock.
We shall be back 8 o'clock. Knicks versus Rockets. See you then.
My half an hour.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.